Hello everyone, this is Jim and welcome to episode 12 of oTech Minecraft. It's done. The computer craft program is done. So all that behind us, all those little wireless terminals, wireless receivers, transmitters, computer, bundle cable, all that is now controlling our frame quarry in the far background there. It's done. Yay! So we can finally do some building. Finally. So I won't go through the computer code because, well, how boring. But I got it done finally. It's taken a little while, probably a day and then a couple of days here and there, just bits and pieces tweaking. But at the moment, it is running. So yeah, lots of information there about what it's up to, like sending drill down to the bedrock. So off it goes, and the drill's heading down. So it's all nice and computer controlled now. I've made a few tweaks here and there, and there's probably a couple more we could do, but for the most part, it pretty much works, which is good. Got lots of things, lots of transmitters and things monitoring stuff here and things. So all very happy. So now let's leave it to it and go do some building. Now the first thing we need to do, well, first thing, we need to do lots of things, don't we? Oh, and there goes our train, who looks backwards. um, we need to be able to get the stuff from our drill back to the base. So I think let's work on that today, getting some stuff in place. So we've got a whole lot of stuff building up here, getting more and more goodies. Lots of these stuff. Some brown and yellow rock, titanite and oxidized shale. We might be able to use those. But let's sleep. So I'm running out of blocks. Well, running sort of out of blocks out of the bridge I sort of previewed last time. But I think we'll try and get this to the point. We won't get it completed today, but we'll get it to the point where we can run a train across it and maybe get it nicely in place. And ooh, flame in our face. So yeah, so I've done bits and pieces here and there, but not finished yet. We'll have to sort of get things going, and again we'll have to get these cables here, the cables, suspension cables. I wasn't sure whether to go with the walls or the fences. The fences might be a bit thin. Might go with the wall style there. But yeah, so we can get a train across here. But what we want to do today, we might get a lot of temporary track in place. Do a bit of building on this, but then get some temporary track in place to at least get us a full path from the base here, from the depot here, all the way across here along to the base. So I think first off, let's try and do a bit more of this. This is the last bit of red sandstone I've got. That's the one we've used the most of on here. So we might do a little bit more work with that. Where have we got up to? There's a fair bit here that still needs to be done. So we'll do some work on that, and then we'll try and get another path with some rails all the way through to the base. Okay, well that's a little bit more done at least. I've still got a bit of the sandstone here. Now this here is the center. It's the center between the two sets of posts. I've got those guys up there. Haven't built those ones yet. Haven't decided on the size of these. I think the height of these is going to be dependent on our little sort of angled bit, sort of angling up to those that we then have these sort of cables hanging from. So I might try and put something, at least get a part of it done, put something in place that'll show what that angle will be coming down there. Now in the end I'd probably want to use red sandstone for it. So I think look, something like if we had, say, just one cable there, and then, so pretend they're cables of some sort. So then we want to have something across here. Oof. It gets tricky doing diagonal. You can't sort of you have to sort of do this kind of thing to get blocks in place. And then if we sort of started angling up something like here, so this one's one block higher, and maybe one block here higher here too than that, and then this guy, or something like one block higher than that, and then this guy one block higher than that each as well. So then we sort of start to get a bit of a curve. It's going to be a bit tricky. It's going to be going to take a bit of playing, I think, to get that nice curve happening, because it's not a straight line going down to there. So I'll have a bit of a play and see if I can come up with anything nice. Alright, first go, first attempt. Let's see, how does this look? Well, it's a bit hard to tell, isn't it? With the perspective, but it sort of then curves slowly up. And up and up and up. Yeah, sort of some of these doubles don't look very good, do they? But they sort of have to be there to make it a nicer curve. We might be able to maybe put slabs or something in there instead. I don't think I've got slabs of these guys, but we can make them with carpenter's blocks or something. So that's not bad, not bad. We might stick with something like that. We don't need it to be perfect. So then we can raise this guy up to, say, just get close enough to this, and maybe then have, I don't know, something like maybe some kind of almost a bracket type thing, whether we use sandstone or something else to sort of have something like this, to have this kind of like a bracket holding on to this cable thing or something. Get rid of that guy. Something like that, or something. Anyway, yeah. So we might give that a go. I don't know. What do you reckon? Looks alright, doesn't it? Maybe I'll put in some of these guys. Now, I've got some nether brick being smelted in a whole lot of furnaces up there. So we might try and put some of these in and see how that looks. Yeah. Alright, there we go. It's not too bad, is it? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it looks a bit of a gap there, doesn't it? But I don't know. Looks alright, I think. It's sort of difficult to tell, isn't it? Sort of everything seen through everything else. But if we had that sort of all the way up the other side and through on the other half of the bridge, don't know. Well, I did make some of these guys, so let's have a go here with let's see. Oop, come on, click, work. There we are. What if we say get rid of this guy here and go chuck a carpenter's block there with this, not that one, and then sort of and then get rid of that one. Does that look any better? Not really, does it? No, doesn't fit at all. I think we better just use the block for those. So I think I might go along with this design, maybe tweak it along the line. This mining laser is gold, by the way, for this. It's just on low power, low focus, there you go, which does just block, shoots just a single block. Very handy for this sort of work. Yeah, but yeah, that's looking pretty good. Nice. Yeah, it's good when you're actually on the bridge. It looks pretty good, I think. Again, not perfect with these, but we are doing a block bridge here. Now on the bridge itself here, we're going to have, there's space for two tracks, but we're actually only going to have one come down from the base and down along here and then out along that way. The second track we'll just use for future expansion. Maybe we'll use it one day, maybe we won't. So I think we can sort of move on. We'll leave the bridge for the moment and then look at where do we go from this end up here. Basically we've got to sort of head straight across, I think. I've got some markers somewhere down there. What's that doing there? Where is he? There was a marker somewhere. Ah, there, that guy. So I was looking at going straight across here, and then you can sort of have a bit of a view of the lowlands there, because we'll have some more down there eventually. But whether we go right on the hill or just on the side of the hill here. So I think just along this sort of part, if we look at the map, map playing up. Alright, we just put a sort of a temporary path from there sort of along here and head towards the base. I'm not sure what we're going to do along here. There'll be some sort of elevated track, I think. I'm not sure what to use yet, so I might grab some blocks. We've got plenty of blocks coming in now at the frame quarry, and we can start looking at putting a little temporary path. Unless I come up with an idea in the next 2 minutes, it'll be a temporary path. Well, yeah. I chose this titanite, green granite and oxidized shale because there's heaps of that come from our frame quarry so far. And that's what I've got so far. Yeah, it's not real good, is it? It's probably a reason I never build with this stuff. It's pretty ugly, isn't it? And then you'd have the tracks sort of sitting up here on something and running along here. I did say temporary, didn't I? The problem is if I make it temporary, I'll never do anything with it again, will I? It might do for now. I'll build some more lengths of it and see how it goes. I guess we haven't been back to the base for a while. Simon's been doing a bit of work on his side there. There's a few little bits and pieces going on and more happening with his system over there. Might take a bit of a closer peek. Not much happening on this side at the moment because I've been focusing so much on that quarry system. Yeah, so let's land the ship, land the chopper, and ow, should turn that back on, shouldn't I? So yeah, he's got his whole frame quarry controls here going on. He's got an AE system happening here. If we do a little bit of search for iron, so he's got lots of goodies. It's all going on here. Steve's factory manager happening all over the place here. Bit of factorization, so yeah, lots of happening. And that's Optifine doing the flickering. So yeah, we'll have to catch up with him at some point soon and get him to give us a bit of a tour. Okay, yeah, so there's a bit of a length for us. Yeah, something like that. I guess for the most part it's, yeah, well, yeah, the train's running along it, you don't look too much, but it'd be nice to have a spectacular bridge, a bit like that one over there. Now, for the rest of it, we're going to have the tracks on here, two tracks side by side, although one only will use one, same as the other bridge initially, and then we might use the other one later. But I thought we could put some gravel down here, like this, and then the actual track will sit on, get rid of the cobble here, and new, and I just grabbed some of this smooth grey stone. Ooh, yuck, that looks pretty horrible, doesn't it, with the blue and the other colours? It looks really purple almost, doesn't it? Yeah, and had rails on that. Ooh, no, don't like, yuck. We'll get rid of that one, I think. Maybe we'll just have the tracks actually sitting on the bluestone gravel, and then just have the tracks run along here. That might work out better in the end, I think. So, alright, we'll do that. So how much gravel? I haven't got that much gravel. I sort of swiped this from Simon because I haven't got any. So I'll put this in and we'll see how it looks. So yeah, something like that. That might just do. We might get some sort of light along here eventually. Strictly speaking, it doesn't need light. Even if mobs spawn on it, if a locomotive hits it, they just die. If they hit a player, you die too. So yeah, it's a pretty horrible bridge really when it comes down to it, isn't it? Might have to think about this design. So yeah, we might from this point on have some other kind of bridge going all the way across to there, or just extend this and then from here down this way. So I've basically got a line of torches here, go along here. I guess if we stick to this path, we might then keep extending this, might drop it down a bit lower, and then once we get over down here, it's not far, here it comes, to the water, and then just there, and then just across there, just down there, if it loads, is the base. We might see it eventually if it loads. Is it close? It's not going to load, is it? Alright, we'll fly across. There it is. There's the portal, and there we go. Yeah. So we'll have some other nice bridge coming across here. We may shift it across over there somewhere for that. We'll see. But yeah. I just had a thought. What if we change these ones to be the same green as sort of the bottom and the top, and add a couple of green ones in there? That looks probably a bit better, doesn't it? Because then if you have this sort of, you can have this kind of green support pillar with this sort of rusty coloured sort of path running through it. Yeah, I might do that. I think we can do that for next time. I think looks much better. So I've just stopped off at the frame quarry here to have a look, see how it's all going, and oh dear. We have some gaps, and I'm not sure where the locomotive is. What's going on? Yes, I've got some investigation to do, I think. Given that this guy has kind of got this far and hasn't dug. Yes, wonder if that's my computer code or something else. Not sure what's going on here. So it looks like I've got some work to do. Yes. Oh well. I'll leave that for off camera. But I think that'll do us today. So, thanks for watching. Get this off my face. So thanks for watching, everybody. Next episode, well, I'll get working on some of those bridges. Finish those things off maybe between this episode and next, and then we might look at linking the whole rail system and between this base and the main base. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.